Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to go over the literary strategy slash device of owning the word. So, to start off, what is the literary strategy of owning the word? The word, I'm sorry. The literary strategy of owning the word helps students learn new words while building strong familiarity with them as well. The purpose for information gathered is to think of the strategy as a better way of forming knowledge of the word chosen at hand. This strategy is primarily focused on vocabulary comprehension. An example of the use of the strategy is this worksheet I have here. And as you can see, it's titled Own the Word, of course. And what I would present to the class slash the students is I would give them a vocab word. And with this worksheet, what it entails is the definition, the part of the speech, the synonyms, the antonyms, the word being used in a sentence, and a picture to remind them of the word, my mistake. This is a great example of the literary strategy. As you can see on this worksheet, it allows students to use the word in various ways, comparing it to other words, to using it in a sentence, and even providing a visual example to refer to the word as well. This strategy, in my opinion, would be beneficial while introducing this new word. I would personally introduce the vocab word and its definition, then give my students this worksheet. So what I mean by that is, let's say if I were teaching a class and I wanted to introduce this new vocab word, let's say like fourth grade. Let's just say a fourth grade classroom, and we're going over vocab. You can even go younger. You could do second grade. Just whichever would entail with this strategy. So I would introduce the word. Obviously, I've shown them the word, I showed them the definition, and then I would give them time to research the word so they know about the synonyms and the antonyms. I would take 5 minutes to build this kind of starting background information of the word, and then I would give them this worksheet for them to do, and this worksheet influences it creates, it builds the comprehension of the word. So instead of just simply showing them the word and the definition and moving on, this allows students to comprehend the word, to actually understand what it means. It creates a reference to the word. It makes everything so much easier for not only me teaching the students, but the students also learning this word as well. With this strategy and the use of it with dyslexic students, this strategy can build comprehension with dyslexic students through many ways. For one, getting students to do the worksheet that was provided in the slide previously and instructing them to share the answers with the class promotes classroom discussions of this text. In this case, it would be the word at hand, of course. What that means is it would obviously be the vocab that would be taught in the classroom. This requires students to share the understanding of the word, creating a deeper connection, fully allowing comprehension, rather than just telling them the definition, which, in my opinion, is a key for teaching students with dyslexia. And so what this small paragraph means, in other words, is building this comprehension for dyslexic students is key. That is beneficial for them. And with this strategy, instead of simply just showing students the word and the definition, it allows a much deeper dive into the word itself. And what's crazy is that I've never heard of this until it was put on the device sheet for us to pick from. And when I was looking more into it, I couldn't find anything online about it. I had to really do some research. There was no YouTube videos about it. I had to do some full-on research, which is crazy because I feel like this is a strategy that has been used before and younger children's classrooms, but I just never knew what it was. And I didn't realize the benefit of it actually, because it dives so deep into the word. It provides so much clarity. It provides outside resources to support. The second strategy that I saw with using the strategy with dyslexic students is that it incorporates explicit writing instruction, as in teaching students to write about the content they are learning, and it builds and expands students' knowledge and familiarity with the topic, which in total boosts comprehension. The students begin to understand the word, the meaning of it, the sentence usage, and this can and make outside visual references. All in all, this paragraph, what it means to me from what I wrote is like I said, it all connects back to the sole fact that this strategy, it adds that extra step into teaching. It adds like that +1. It adds that sort of, okay, we're gonna start with something simple, but then I'm gonna show you this new strategy. It's still gonna be simple at hand. It's a simple concept, but it's so critical in what it does into teaching students, because the amount of times that we have seen, I can even remember back in second grade when I had to do a vocab, like write down vocab. My teacher didn't tell me to go this deep into it. She simply just told me that, hey, I want you to look up this word, and I want you to memorize the definition. That's it. With this strategy itself, though, and with the worksheet that I provided, it shows you, it creates so much more clarity. It helps you understand the word a lot easier, more than just what I just stated before. As I was saying, I want to go back to touching on this very slide right here, because this is what it is. So I want to touch a key base on here. As you can see, this breaks it down into multiple various ways on how to properly use this strategy within itself. I mean, it's like I've been saying, it's one thing to just write down the word, write down the definition, but using it in a sentence that builds a knowledge of what the word actually means and how it's used. Your definition, it's different in your perspective of what something means than what a textbook says. So that's why I feel like when you write down your own definition, it helps you understand it more yourself than just it being perceived to you through a textbook or through what the teacher provides. Once you know something and you've made it your own definition, you understand it. It's got the parts of speech. It's got the synonyms. So that groups the word into other words that the students already may be familiar with, which you just slot that word in right to that group, boost the knowledge of it. The antonyms, in that case, that means the words that, stay away from that word. You strive away from it. And then what I really like here, and what I really feel like could make the most, especially with just students in general, but dyslexic students as well, is the two boxes where it says my sentence and a picture to remind me of this word. The picture to remind you of the word is so key and so crucial, because if you're able to use this word and you can picture it itself, you're going to understand it, because making that connection from something that is on paper, that is a word, into a whole picture, like a visual, it's so important. And that's something that I really like in the strategy, as well as when it says my sentence. Same thing with my definition. If you can use this word in a sentence and you know what it means, and you know what it means because you've used it in your definition, you saw the picture to remind you of it. Using it in a sentence properly, that's key. That's the comprehension getter right there. That's what I would like to see in a classroom, despite if the students there's no dyslexic students in my classroom, or there is. This simple method right here completely changes the game. It boosts comprehension. Like I said, it incorporates explicit writing discussion. My bad. Incorporates explicit writing instruction. Sorry for the words. It's something that I feel like has been overlooked in younger teaching, like in grades, like from when they start doing vocab words and when they stop doing them. Because from my experience and from what I've seen, having a little sister who's been doing like vocabulary, this is not in the school system. Like, this is not provided. It's just you learn the word, you memorize it, and you write it down on the test. And she's not dyslexic, but if she was, even if she isn't, it goes both ways for students with dyslexia and without it. It just makes everything so much clearer and concise, and that's something that I really value in this strategy. So I'm so glad that I got to understand it and fully explain it well to my peers. Thank you so much, and I hope all of this made sense.